Good evening. I'm Joe Netherworld, and I'm here today with your daily tarot card reading for Wednesday, December 18th, 2013. And I keep on saying that very dramatically, 2013, because it's been a very dramatic and witchy and strange year, mixed in with a year that's an end of a decade almost. Like a lot of things have ended this year to make way for a lot of new things to begin. And, you know, we're in the early years of this decade. We're in the early, the first 3 years of the teens. So now we're kind of getting into what's going to be the next 3 to 5 years, what the flow is, what's the established trends, and what's this lifestyle trends for our personal lives, but also what's going to be happening in the world around us. So keep that in mind. I want you to be a little introspective and retrospective about this year. So we're shuffling and pulling and all that good stuff. It's a 3-card read, 1 main card, 2 qualifier cards, and we're gonna pull a main card first to see what today's card is. What's the energy of the day? What we're digging through? What our mysteries will be about. So let's see what that one is. And it's the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a little bit, it's a little harsh, cold, and money driven. It's about wearing your money, being perceived as having money, and being worried that you don't come off as rich as you like to be. It's a little bit about that. It's also about bringing money to you and getting on the fast track towards making money. And sometimes, it can be almost an oxymoron or paradoxical to be using these divination skills to talk about things as mundane as money, but that is what rules the world in many ways. So, but let's see what our qualifiers are. Judgment. Judgment is strange to find with this because judgment is, with money, could be judgments pro and con in the legal sense, and also this is about being judged about your wealth and your worth. So our other qualifier card is the 3 of Swords. And I do love the imagery of the 3 of Swords. I think it's very classical. It harkens back to the Sacred Heart and a few other images. But also, to me, I refer to it as the thrice-pierced heart. And that usually means there's clouds gathering. It's a little bit ominous. What that means is usually it's, when pertaining to lovers, there's a love triangle going on. There's cheating, there's deception, there's, when it comes to lifestyle things, there's a past, present, and future. One thing that is fading, one thing that is gaining, and one thing that maintains. So when it comes to the situation here, in a very specific way, you might find yourself that in grounds for divorce or things breaking up, it's because someone only sees there's money and they're not seeing the love of the heart there. So there's a little bit of that. There's judgment all around today, and this judgment it clears things up, but also it's final in that it will see things and make these judgments on what it sees. And right now it's about prestige and money and value. So I give a couple of things today. If you're going on job interviews or meeting new people, put your best foot forward. This is not a day for casual attire. This is not casual Wednesdays, or Fridays or Thursdays or Mondays. It's not casual. It's not about pretentious, but it's about presenting yourself as best you can. And physically, look the best you can. Also, if there's been some funny business going on where there's deception and there's, you're trying to keep that machine running where you have, negativity, fraudulent behavior, deceptive behavior, today's the day it's going to come out. It's going to be exposed and judged. And if you're the person presenting this fraudulent nature and you're trying to continue on with this deception, you're going to get caught today. Today's Judgment Day, and it's just that. These things will need to be rectified today. It's not about justice. Justice is a different card entirely. That's about if you're on up on a trial. You can weigh out what's just and what's unjust. Today's about judgment. It's about yes and no's, about being caught and being indicted. So keep in mind today that if you got things to do, dress your best, act your best, put the best foot forward, use the fancy silver if you're having guests out, make an extra attempt. How about this? Don't use internet abbreviations in an email. Write a full sentence and sign it and date it. Be a little formal today. Be aware you're being judged today, and that judgment is on value. So it's not, let's say, a mystical, deep, spiritual reading today. Today is very blunt. If you're cheating and making a mess, you're going to be caught. Be ready for it. If you're going somewhere where you have to be judged on your value, that value is going to be judged from the outside in. So make sure you take care of that today. And meanwhile, I'm going to be here again a little bit after midnight with tomorrow's read. But until that time, have a magical and well put together day tomorrow, and we'll see you sometime around midnight.